Hello there, my name is Jamie. It's lovely to meet you. I'm a professional communications student. In early November, I found out I'd received an internship offer from the iconic David Jones. I interned at the David Jones head office in Burnley. In this time, I worked in the customer relations team, and I was supervised by Alex Baxter and Blam Vicar. I was very excited about this role because of my past in retail and customer service. My role was in research, customer relations, logistics, general administration, and content creation. My favourite part of this role was collaborating with my peers. I really enjoyed when we brainstormed and collaborated on ideas. My favourite part of this role was that I was able to learn off people who were already in the industry. However, a testing part I found of this role was I was not used to the sharp deadlines. So this meant I had to adapt my working style to being more quick and precise. Something I felt I did really well during this time was a project called Project Onboard that I was a part of. My supervisors felt I brought a very unique perspective, having worked in retail as a retail assistant at David Jones before. My major project was called Project Onboard. For this task, I had to assess the flaws in the David Jones staff onboarding program and find out creative solutions to make the program more engaging. During this task, I had to engage in critical thinking and find aspects of the online program which seemed unclear, hard to understand, or unengaging. I also had to reflect on my own time of being at David Jones as a new employee and communicate what I'd experienced during this period. To accomplish this, I made a journey map of being a new member at David Jones, where I condensed the content and summarized my experience of being a new team member. I had to think innovatively and creatively. So, I decided I would also use an empathy map to help get into the mindset of a new person at David Jones and to help communicate the emotions to the staff. I also researched other online onboarding programs. I had to compare and analyze what innovative ways other companies were using to improve their own online processes. When I finished my report, I had to summarize my findings into a final presentation to my supervisors. This was a very nerve-wracking process. I was presenting to the head of witchery and also my other peers. So, to present my findings, I synthesized my findings into a PowerPoint, into tables and multimedia I designed. I was able to present my findings with confidence, clarity, and charisma. And I was able to answer all questions with expertise and engage in discussion with my audience. My research will be used to help rehaul the David Jones onboarding program. A difficult situation I encountered during my time at David Jones when I was asked to create an itinerary list for all the major department stores in beauty in LA and New York. I found this task really daunting because I was unfamiliar with Excel and I had really low confidence in my digital skills at the time. Initially, I was very overwhelmed by this task, but I was able to slow my breathing and ask for assistance. I was able to communicate my concerns and ask questions and listen actively from my supervisor. I am a self-aware person who recognizes the importance of asking for support, learning of others, and seeking help from other people with higher expertise. Most importantly, I was able to put into practice what I'd learnt and not make the same mistakes again. I broke down the task into a series of requirements and a list of steps I had to accomplish. To find the most worthwhile stores, I had to research Yelp reviews and local recommendations for stores to visit in Manhattan. To tackle this task, I used my IT skills and my organization skills to draft up a table of list of addresses, departments within each store, phone numbers, opening and closing times, and other interesting info. I also researched transportation and hotels for the client to stay. And I was able to logically collate a list of times and dates, transportation and website for the client to visit. This task really gave me a sense of confidence within myself. Usually I can have low self-confidence, but during my time at David Jones, I felt really like I became a more independent learner, and I was able to do tasks on my own, but I was also able to ask for help. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I really feel like I've grown as a person as a result of this internship. And if you want to take me on in the future, I would do so because 1, I've become more confident, I've become a harder worker, and number 3, I'm now aware of the communications industry, and I am really hoping to learn more in the future. Thank you so much. Bye.